Hi friends, good afternoon. This is Ritesh Solanki. I will be the trainer and consultant for your training for FICO module. Today we are going to see about the training for FICO Finance and Controlling, and I will be taking you on board for the demo that why you should take this training and why you should adopt this training in your career. And we will be having in the next few minutes we are going to discuss about the scope of SAP and why you should take this training into your career. We will be discussing about what is the course content, what is the scope, what is the career, and why you should go for this particular course. So I will be taking you towards the PDF files where you can have the clear understanding about the concept, each and every scope, implementation, how the work process is working in SAP. So we will be starting from the slides now. So this session we are discussing about the finance and controlling, and the version we are talking and discussing about is ECC 6.0 EHP 7 versions. That is the version which is ongoing into the market. This is for the online training protocol that you have to follow in case you are taking an online training, as you know. And in the pandemic time, many people are opting for online models for the training. So these are the guidelines, like you should have a good broadband connections, good devices, and all the equipments for your online training sessions, or else you can go for an offline training mode also in our institution. You have to follow these instructions. Coming to my profile summary, I have totally 15 years of industry experience into multi-dimensional fields like SAP, accounting, finance and logistics. So many of the companies I have worked as a full-time trainer as well as a consultant. I've been into the overseas projects in countries like UAE and US for offshore trainings and taken the training projects. I have worked as a consultant also many companies into support and training projects and implementation projects. I worked in the many manufacturing companies like an end user in SAP domain like Hero MotoCorp and Mahindra Logistics Company. These are my global certifications. Talking about the global certifications, these are the certifications which you are getting when you are sitting in an exam, you qualify the exam, and you are getting the accreditation from the SAP directly. You become a globally certified consultant or a trainer, for which you have to write an exam and you have to pass that particular examination process. Coming to my technical skills and my qualifications, when you are talking about, I am having a good expertise into SAP FICO module, FI into the primary module, and CO I am working as a secondary. Then the latest version in the market, which is called SAP S4 HANA, I have a good expertise on that particular module too. Then we are talking about the secondary modules, SAP MM. I have exposure to SAP MM, and coming to my academic background, I am an MBA finance graduate and a BCom graduate and an MCom full-time graduate. So these are all my qualifications and testimonials I have discussed about. Coming to the agenda now. What is the agenda? What will be covering here into this particular training? We are talking about the ERP. What is ERP? Enterprise Resource Planning. What is SAP? What is the scope of SAP? Why SAP is very required in every company? Why you should adopt it as a career? Then what is FICO module? What is the FICO overview? Why we are using FICO into your organizations? Then many agendas within the SAP FICO training, like enterprise structure, what is global settings into the SAP FI, what is the general ledger into the SAP financial accounting system, then accounts payable, accounts receivable. We are talking about the customers and vendors into the SAP system, how we are going to manage it. Then we are talking about the month and year end closing process. In every accounting system, we have some month and year end closing activities that has to be performed into the SAP also. So how these activities are going to take place in the SAP, that we are going to talk about. Then we have SAP FI tables, many data into SAP that is going to be settled down in the tables maintained by SAP. We have the general ledger data, we have the customer data, we have the vendor master data. All the data is going to be settled down in particular tables predefined by SAP. Then no doubt we are talking about the asset accounting. What is asset accounting? How assets has been created, how the assets been depreciated in SAP, how we are going to create and entirely managing the SAP system for asset that we are talking about. Taxes, very important agenda. We are talking about the GST, goods and services tax. We are talking about TDS, tax deductible and source, how we are going to manage into the SAP system. Very important concept, we are talking about FI integration of modules, how SAP is tightly integrated with different business process like material management and sales and distribution module. We have a introduction part about the controlling. As you know that financial accounting in SAP is a legal part, it's a mandatory part. When you are talking about the controlling is something which is internal decision of the company. It's an internal management of the company. You are tracking the cost and everything, right? So coming to the process, we are going to start. Everybody I think aware about the ERP. What is ERP? This is the ERP concept we are talking about, enterprise resource planning. This is called enterprise resource planning. Okay, so what is enterprise resource planning? When you are talking about enterprise resource planning, is like we have resources. Enterprise is something we call its organization. Then resources, when we are talking about, are equal to resources. We have men, we have material, we have money, and we have machine. Resources means these are 4 critical resources without we cannot run any organization. So we need an ERP product to control all these aspects within an organization. Then we are talking about this P. P is equal to planning. Planning is something we are planning all these resources like man, material, money and machine. And for all this planning, we need an ERP product. And this ERP product can be any product. It can be of Microsoft, it can be of SAP, it can be of Oracle, XYZ company. So coming to the different aspect here, talking about the SAP here. In SAP, we are going to manage like financial accounting, we are going to manage the human resources, we are going to manage the production planning, we are going to manage the sales and distribution, etc., and many other modules. This is the typical process. This is the typical process we are talking about in a manufacturing company. When you are producing something, there is an MRP. We are planning the material requirement. That planning has to be done. Then that material has to be purchased from the vendor. You are purchasing that material through the vendor. Ultimately, you are receiving that material into the plant. Then you are consuming that material for the further production. This is how the cycle is going in that particular organization for all this production in a typical manufacturing industry. Now it is very clear in this process 2 important aspects are coming into forefront. That is one, the purchasing activity, and another is a sales activity. When you talk about the purchasing activity, we are talking about accounts payable, which is tightly integrated with material management. And we are talking about account receivable, which is directly integrated with sales process. So this is how the integration is going to take place. Now coming to the integration part. Now what is the integration part? When you talk about SAP finance integration, now what is SAP FI integration? Integration with material management and integration with sales and distribution. SAP FI is highly integrated with these two aspects. I already discussed about you. When there is a purchasing activity, there is accounts payable, and when there is a sales activity, it's a sales and distribution we are talking about, right? So in conclusion, we can say whatever the process we are following into an organization, either it's procurement, either it's production, or it's a sales and distribution, it has to be recorded in the finance department, because that accounting entry has to take place there. Top 10 ERP products. When you talk about ERP products, what are ERP products in the market? You know, there are many companies like SAP, Oracle, Microsoft. These all companies are creating and devising their own ERP product. But SAP is number one product. Why SAP is number one product? Because it is used by the Fortune Global 500 companies. The companies which are having annual turnover of more than 1,000 crores, they are having SAP, right? There are many other products like, ERP product manufacturing companies like Microsoft, Oracle, but SAP is number one product in the market, right? Now, what is SAP? Coming to the SAP, we are talking about this SAP. What do you mean by SAP? It's a system, application, and products in data processing. System, application, and products in data processing. This is a product which is being founded in Germany by 4 German engineers. They had brought this concept into existence back in 1972, and SAP is having a wide ecosystem where there are more than 5,000 channel partners across the globe, and they are having many installation worldwide, more than 70,000 installation, more than 120 organizations they are using that particular software. More than 18,800 organizations are using this software. Coming to the versions now, SAP time to time they have came with the different versions like R1, R2, R3, SAP ECC 6.0, which has been recently used, then SAP S4HANA 2015 they came into the existence. In this current market, the ongoing module which are going to be utilized by the company are ECC 6.0. 90% of companies are using SAP ECC 6.0, but they are slowly they are migrating to SAP S4HANA. Let me tell you, all the people who are interested to take this SAP FICO training who don't have any prior understanding in SAP, they first has to go for ECC training, ECC 6.0, then they should upgrade to SAP S4HANA system. And it will be very easy when they are going to upgrade from an older version to the new version. These are functional modules we are talking about, like financial accounting, controlling, sales and distribution, material management, production planning. These are all functional modules which are very, very important when you are having some domain experience, like if you are from HR, if you are from finance, if you are from a production background, then you can go for these functional modules. Talking about the technical modules are those modules where you should have some coding expertise, some technical expertise. You can go for a technical modules. So both type of modules are available into the SAP systems. Coming to the industry solutions, SAP can provide all kind of solutions for all type of industries, like high tech, industry, insurance, logistics, service providers, pharmaceuticals, public sector, railway, retail, service providers. Every kind of solutions SAP is providing. Now these are global Fortune 500 companies where SAP has been implemented. As I already told, the companies which are having higher turnover, more than crores annually, they are going to implement this particular software into their industry. Coming to the SAP projects, now let me tell you what is your scope, what is your future in this SAP industry when you are taking this training and when you are learning SAP as a consultant, how your career is open, how your doors are open for your future prospects. SAP is having different kind of projects like implementation, rollout, upgrade, support, advisory and audit. So let me tell you about what we are having this different type of SAP projects. So we are talking about SAP projects now. These are the SAP projects. We have implementation project, we have support project, then we are talking about upgradation, then we are talking about advisory, audit, and then we have rollout project. Now let's say for an example, an XYZ company who is having 1,000 crore turnovers annually, and they try to implement this SAP module into your organization. Now it can be any project. Okay, now that XYZ company are contacting with the implementation partners for SAP like SCL, Deloitte, Tech Mahindra and any other organization. So they will either they are going for implementation project, either they are going for support project, either they are going for an upgrade project. Implementation is something from the scratch you are implementing the software. Support project, already SAP has been implemented, but you are going to support the end users there into the organization. Upgrade project, when you are going from an older version to the new version, then you are using this upgrade project. What is advisory and audit project? Advisory and audit project means that big four companies who are the implementation partners for SAP, they are auditing the companies who have implemented SAP. So they will try to figure out if there is any bottleneck in the implementation process. They try to sort out the problems of the that particular business owners if there is any kind of bottleneck in the project. Coming to the rollout project is, let's say if a company, they are having an organization which is a multinational corporation which is located in different countries or different locations. Let's say we are talking about Tata Group. Tata Group is implemented SAP in Asian continent, then they are going to roll out in Africa. So that is called the rollout project. So I hope you understood about the terminology, that what type of projects are there and what will be your role. Your role will be as a junior consultant, you are working in this all kind of projects. It depends on the recruitment of the company, what kind of project they are undertaking, and they will deploy you on site for that particular implementation project. Okay, now we are talking about the system landscape. Now what is system landscape? System landscape is something when you are talking about how the systems are deployed in an implementation project into the SAP. There are three types of systems. We have the development system, we have the quality system, we have the production system. Now what we are doing in this system, development system is something where you are configuring and customizing everything. Quality client is something where you are testing the feasibility of the data, whatever the client and the customer has asked about that, whether you have configured that particular the quality, configured the master data, whether it is up to the mark or not. You have to checking the quality of that particular data. Then we are talking about the production client. Production client is something which is a live system where the daily purpose work is going into the SAP, where you are making the data entry which is ready for the general employees to work. That is called production system. Okay, coming to the enterprise structure. Now, what is enterprise structure? Enterprise structure, when we are talking about, when we are talking about the FI enterprise structure, financial accounting, we have a company which is called a group company or a parent company. And that parent company, in case they are having the multinational corporation, they are having the business expansion in all part of the country, what they will do, they will have the branches, sister concern. But in SAP, what we are doing that, in SAP we are mapping them as a company code. Now company code 1, company code 2, company code 3. This is all like a company codes within the system, within the SAP system. Now I am discussing about the projects. What is the projects actually? What is the phases of the project? What is the project life cycle? We are having different phases of project where you are going to work. Like project preparation is there, where you are preparing the project, you are deciding the project team, a business blueprint, where the BPD, business blueprint, you are designing for that customer, what process they are having, what process you are mapping into the SAP system. Then we have the realization phase, where you are doing all the testing activities, right? We are testing the integration of the business processes. So that is the basically the realization process. Final preparation is some cutover activities you are doing before going live. There are some activities in accounting where you have to, carrying forward the balances, GL balances, AP balances, AR balances. So that is final preparation. You are giving the end user trainings to the peoples also. Coming to the go live and support, system is go live. System is go live and is ready for the common peoples into the organization for the employees. Friends, this is the your career graph. Like as I already told you, when you are opting for an module, let's say for financial accounting module, it is advisable that you should have a certain qualifications like BCom, CA. You should have a good accounting knowledge, which is advisable. Okay. How the career graph is working when you take up this training, when you are onboarding this training, and when you come out in the market after this training, you will be treated as a junior consultant. You could be an associate consultant as well. As the time is going on, when you spend 1 to 3 years, 4 years into the SAP, what will happen? You are going to be at a senior position where you can work as a team lead, and as a senior consultant also you can work. After doing this SAP training, you have variety of roles. You have variety of avenues where you can settle your career. You can work as a functional consultant. You can work as a support consultant. You can work as a technical consultant if you have some technical knowledge, some coding and programming knowledge. Of course, in the manufacturing companies, you can work as an end user also, where you can make the data entries and everything into the system. SAP is already implemented and you are going to work in day-to-day business operations into the company. Eligibility I've already talked about. Eligibility is something when you are opting an SAP module. I am giving this presentation regarding finance and controlling. So let's say finance and controlling, already I've told you, you should be a CA background, finance background, MBA finance background, then BCom background, which is advisable, good to have, but not mandatory. Okay, because it is going to match with the module which you are going to select. So these are the eligibility criteria. I have already discussed about the implementation partners for SAP. As I already told you, like Deloitte, Tech Mahindra, TCS, Infosys, these are all for the implementation partner of the SAP, and they are doing implementation on behalf of SAP. So friends, now like when you are taking up this training, you will be getting a dedicated server in your system where you can log on, where you can practice full-fledged into your system 24/7, any comfortable time you are taking up, and we will be providing you all the facilities, right? What on the go of the training, like server facilities will be giving, then we will be giving you the projects, how the projects you are going to work in the real time. We are conducting the mock interviews, right? face-to-face interactive sessions, so that make you prepare for the live interview into the SAP arena. So this is all my demo session has been a concluding part over here. So finally I will be showing you a little bit interface of the SAP system. This is the SAP system here, my desktop. You are going to see this is the SAP logon over here. And here you are going to log on the system and giving your username, whatever the username you are having, and the password. This is the front end system, guys. You are seeing on the screen, this is the front end system over here, where you can call it as a production system, where you can simply make the data entry. Like if you want to go in the respective folder of accounting, you want to make some GL postings, let's say for example, you can make the GL posting over here, opening the financial accounting folder, general ledger. Then we have the document entry over here, and directly you can go and make the GL posting over here. So this is the GL posting what we are going to do, right? This is the screen what we are going to have. Okay, you are putting the document date over here, whatever the document date, then you are giving, then try to update the company code as well. Let's say 0014 is your company code. And here what you want to go for the debit, let's say I want to do the cash account debit to bank account. So here I am going to take here as the cash. This is the cash here, and this is the column for either debit and credit. I will be selecting debit. I am selecting 20,000 over here. And similarly I am selecting the bank general ledger over here. What is the bank general ledger? And I am selecting the SBI bank, and I am going to credit it with the 20,000 over here. So this 20,000, this indicator has been, you know, the debit and credit balance has been equal to 0, and I am just saving it, and the document has been saved over here. And I can see this document. If I want to see the preview of this document, whatever the document I have created, and this is the toolbar actually, where you are going to, you know, give the transaction code over here, FB03, press enter, and this is the document which has been number automatically filled over here, and just press enter. Okay, so choose. So this is how the document has been created. So this is the end user part which you are going to do in the production system into the live environment. Now coming back to the consultant level approach, your training which you are going to take is the consultant level of training. You are customizing from end to end. Thank you very much.